Belinda and Ali are driving past the primary school their daughter Melissa used to go to. What happened inside this school last year reveals a lot about the pressures some schools are under to support their most vulnerable pupils.
It's weird being back here. It makes me feel so angry that the situation ever happened, and it still makes me question why.
I know.
I just don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand why it happened.
I just feel numb looking at the place.
7-year-old Melissa has a range of special educational needs and she's waiting for an autism assessment. She needs extra support in class to manage her often challenging behaviour. And one day last year, it all came to a head when Belinda turned up to school to pick her daughter up.
She was lying on the floor, she was throwing things around, really, really distressed. And I had teachers saying to me, we need to have a conversation, it's going to be a really hard conversation to have. She then said, well, this time it's going to be a permanent exclusion. The deputy head was with her. I didn't see it coming at all. I literally had no idea it was coming. So I'm in the middle of this room without my husband, hearing my daughter in massive distress behind me, being told my daughter can never go back to that school again. I at that point just collapsed to the floor because I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so upset. Eventually, the head teacher told us that we needed to get her off the school site because she was distressing the other children. So Ali had to pull her out from under a table where she was hiding so we could take her off school site.
Why do you think they excluded Melissa?
I think it was too hard. She just got too much like hard work. They didn't have the funding that they needed to give her the support she needed.
Of all the children excluded from school last year in England, 47%, nearly half, had some kind of special educational needs. And while the government says head teachers should be able to permanently exclude as a last resort, it's against the law to do it just because a child has additional needs. But we've been told that it does happen.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Caroline works in a senior position at a large local council. She's been in that role for 20 years. It's her job to find school places for children who've been excluded. To protect her identity, we've reconstructed her interview using an actor.
One teacher actually said to us, look, we're having a cull, so expect a few permanent exclusions in the next 2 weeks. That was someone in a senior leadership position of a secondary school. I remember one head saying, we can only have children in our unit who can cope with the curriculum. We'll have to keep our GCSE results up. How can I put it? They were intelligence cleansing.
The number of applications for extra support for children with additional needs has soared since the pandemic. Schools have to match this rising demand with extra support in class, and that can cost thousands of pounds. So I'd like to play you this, Belinda. This is an interview we did with a senior council officer talking about this issue.
The system's just falling apart. And any child that looks slightly like that's going to be a problem, they're excluding them. And the main reason is persistent disruptive behaviour.
Ring a bell?
That's actually heartbreaking. Most of Melissa's fixed-term exclusions were persistent disruptive behaviour. These kids need to be nurtured, they need nurturing, they need support, they need to not be made to feel broken. And I feel like Melissa was made to feel broken.
The school said they don't comment on individual cases, but an investigation into Melissa's exclusion found that the school had failed to support her needs, and that the head teacher, they said, had not looked at all the evidence before deciding to exclude the 7-year-old. They concluded that she should never have been permanently excluded.
Everything in their incident report was written like it was some naughty child just kicking off. There was not a single mention of SCN, additional needs, nothing in there. And I'm angry because I feel that we were betrayed.
Melissa has settled into a special school now, and she's doing well. But many more like her aren't getting the support they need. Nick Martin, Sky News, Gloucester.